So now we need to look at the two covenants side by side. The Mosaic covenant versus the Abrahamic covenant. Now everything I just described is the outworking of God's favor on Abraham in a covenant based on faith, producing right standing by virtue of faith, not performance. And out of that, the favor of God is constant on Abram's life with no curse and only blessings. That is a good deal. Israel is persisting as the family of Abraham because God said, this is up to me, you rest, and all of Abraham's family is now growing. Even in slavery, they're in Egypt, they're multiplying, but they're prospering, right? They're in the most prosperous, powerful nation in the earth, and Israel is out-prospering Egypt. So much so that Egypt gets fearful and makes slaves of them because they're increasing too much. So they make slaves of them to try to bring into bondage the favor. And Egypt is built as an empire on the backs of Abraham's favor. God finally rescues them, judges the most powerful nation and the most powerful gods, humiliates the gods of Egypt, parts the Red Sea, moves them across, and in all of these things, they're still living as the children of Abraham. They're still under Abraham's covenant. So Israel continues in the Exodus under Abraham, Exodus 14 through 17. What happens? The people complain at the Red Sea. God parts the sea. He says, don't pick up any bread and don't put any guards around the camp because I'm going to feed you with manna. The Sabbath comes. It says, gather what you need on the day that you have it. I'm going to supply what you need. You don't need to gather extra. You don't need to try to set up guards. None of that stuff. Trust me. Sabbath comes, and they gather extra manna and they put up guards, but there's not a penalty. Under the Abrahamic covenant, he just gives more manna the next day. They complain of hunger, and God brings quail. The people complain of thirst, and God provides water from a rock. They're stubborn, they're broken, they're messed up. They complain, and he just answers. He gives, he graces them with supply and provision. But there's a couple of issues. Psalm 78, 81, 95, and 105 and 106. The issue changes what began as a stubborn unwillingness to believe. That's why they're complaining. God, why did you bring us out? What's really going on here? They're complaining, but they move beyond complaint to accusing God's character and nature. They move beyond weakness and immaturity and the complaint that comes out of that. They move beyond, is the Lord among us or not, to, you brought us out here to kill us. There's a substantial difference between moments of weakness and doubt and turning that into an accusation against the fundamental goodness of God. When He has already done so much to show over and over and over again, you're living in the favor of your father Abraham. I'm going to take care of you. I've just judged the gods of Egypt, parted the water, split a rock, fed you, all of this. I'm just going to keep on giving. I'm going to keep on taking care of you. But their grumbling grows stronger and stronger to where they start to believe and say, you delivered us to kill us. Now think of the lengths God went to deliver them. And they're saying, you set us free so you could kill us. Well, that's a different equation. So God brings them to Sinai. He says, okay, you don't want to live like your father Abraham, who just trusted me. Even in his weakness and immaturity, I continued to bless him, and he continued to trust me. You don't want to live under the terms of faith and the right standing that Abraham had before me by faith. We'll do this a different way. Let's come to Sinai, and I'm going to describe a different set of rules. I'm going to describe the terms of a different covenant. Here's that covenant. Thou shalt not, thou shalt not, thou shalt not. Here's the deal. You obey, I'll bless you. You disobey, I'll curse you. Israel at Sinai says, we'll take that deal. Give us that deal. Now here's the crazy thing. It's not even finished, and they're already worshiping the golden calf. Not even done yet. The covenant isn't even brought back down the mountain, and they're already breaking it. So now what happens?